Welcome to Take 5. I should say welcome back to Take 5. It's been a very long time since I have been recording these for any number of reasons. Everything's fine. Life happens, and so does travel, and I just haven't been able to put it together. So welcome back. I'm welcoming myself back as well. And I hope you find these really helpful and meaningful to your spiritual life. Share these with your friends if you like. Even this series, and I'm excited for this series, and here's the title of it, Metaphors of His Majesty. And what we will be looking at is understanding the transcendent eternal God through biblical metaphors that we are given in our puny little minds that we might understand God better. I got the idea as I was reading some letters to Santa over Christmas time that children had written. They still write letters to Santa. Did you know that? And some of them were funny, some of them were touching, but oftentimes, as I was reading it, I was thinking, boy, this child, understandably so, their image of God is wrapped up in their fantasy, their image of Santa. It's very understandable. We do it too. Humanity does it. Father Time, or have God as this old grandfather. 19th century England, again and again you'd see God depicted as this sort of humongous pastor with a really long beard. Really strange. I go to India now and then, and you see in their Hinduism there, God is often depicted as a sensuous woman. Okay, what am I saying? I'm saying that in our limited physical brains, we long for a conceptualization of the eternal, of God. We long to visualize who this God is, that somehow in our souls, in our being, we know God exists, and yet what's he like? And how does the finite define the infinite? And we make things up. Now, I know there's a caution to that. The scriptures tell us, do not make a graven image. It's one of the 10 commandments. Don't make a graven image of the eternal God. Why? Because in so doing it, you're going to end up worshiping this graven image, whatever it might be, and you will be, in a sense, putting God in a box. He's not this finite thing. This is just a representation of him. So be careful of that. Now, the good news is that the Bible gives us many clear, compelling metaphors, images of God, just to help us understand who God is. Like what? The Lord is my shepherd. God is a father. The Lord is the judge. God is light. There's a whole bunch of them. And actually, we're going to probe them in the many coming Take Fives. Remember, the Tuesday and Thursday. We're going to look at these and try to help understand them so that I believe it will be beneficial to our own spirituality, to say, yes, I want to capture who God is in my finite mind. But no, I don't want to do it by my own imaginations. I want to use the scriptures' metaphors to help me understand who God is. What is God like? And so the metaphors of His Majesty will help us do that. Now, what is a metaphor? A metaphor is simply a word that represents something else. It's a picture. It's a comparison. It's an explanation. If you remember from English class, a metaphor says, one of my favorite Simon and Garfunkel songs is a metaphor. I am a rock. I'm not a rock, but it's telling me something very specific about my emotions. I am a rock. Or we say, time is money. That's a metaphor. You have similes that he's as cold as ice. When you use like or as, it's a simile. And all those are comparisons, one to another, the unknown to the known, so that I might understand them better. And God and His scriptures gives us divine metaphors that we might know Him better, that we might understand our relationship to Him. in a clearer way. I want to end with a metaphor from the book of Psalms. And then next week, we'll continue this idea. I want to unfold the idea of the metaphors, and then we're going to look at some really specific ones. Remember, God gives us these metaphors that we might understand him better and therefore come to know him better and deepen our relationship with him. Here's a metaphor about humans. As for humans, this is Psalm 103, verse 15. As for humans, their days are like grass. That's a simile. Their days are like grass. What does that mean? Well, we know what grass is like. It comes and goes quickly. Our lives are like grass. Their days are like grass. They bloom like a flower of the field, and when the wind passes over, it vanishes, and its place is no longer known. That's a simile. That's what we're going to get into. Jesus would say, I am the good shepherd. It's a metaphor we have to remember. Okay, I'm done for now. Metaphors of His Majesty. See you next time. I'm out.